car, juice, slut, money, car, juice, slut, money, car, juice, slut. I don't give a fuck. Boom, 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 boom.
Trying to call the Dark Brotherhood. But who's going to stop me? Me? I'll have no part in that.
Then it's true, what everyone is saying. That Aventus Argino is doing the Black Sacrament, trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood?
Oh, Grimoire, always with the nonsense. Of course not. Those are just tales.
Fine, then I'll invite him out to play. He lives right there. I'm going to knock on his door.
No, child, wait! That boy, that house, they are cursed.
Ha! Then I'm right. I knew it. He's trying to have somebody killed.
All right, I won't deny it, child. What you heard is true. But Aventus Aretino walks a dark path. His actions can lead only to ruin. Now, enough. We will speak no more of this. I am the only friend you need. I tried Yes, it is quite sad. A young boy, Aventus Aretino, lost his mother recently and was sent to an orphanage. But he has returned home, and people have heard strange chanting. They say it's the Black Sacrament, the ritual to contact the Dark Brotherhood. Why a little boy would want to contact a group of murderers is beyond me. He is inviting evil into the city.
Very tired. Sweet mother, send your child unto me, for the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. You've come at last! I knew you would! It worked! I knew you'd come! I just knew it! I did the Black Sacrament over and over with the body and the things. And then you came, an assassin from the Dark Brotherhood. It took so long, so very long. But now that you're here, you can accept my contract. My mother, she died. I'm all alone now. So they sent me to that terrible orphanage in Riften, Honor Hall. The headmistress is an evil, cruel woman. They call her Grella the Kind, but she's not kind. She's terrible to all of us. So I ran away and came home and performed the Black Sacrament. Now you're here, and you can kill Grella the Kind. Sorry, to be honest, I'm kind of lonely here. As much as I hated getting sent to Honor Hall, I really miss my friends there.
With a new address from Man City's League World.
She's terrible to all of us. So I ran away and came home and performed the Black Sacrament. Broad is the headmistress of Honor Hall Orphanage, but not for long. She got sick last winter when the snows came, and she just... So now I'm all alone, and the Jarl said I have to go to Honor Hall Orphanage. It's not fair! I've never been more sure about anything in my entire life. Someone like Broad doesn't deserve to live one more day. She's a monster. I have a family heirloom you can have. It's supposed to be sort of valuable. I hope that's all right. Please hurry. To be honest, I'm kind of lonely here. As much as I hated getting... The Honor Hall. I really miss my friends there.
college at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic. This is a noble goal, indeed. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. You know, I think you're right. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me. I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes, of course. I'm simply trying to understand the reason behind the decision.
You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor receive no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, of course. The Archmage has my thanks.
Very good. Then we're done here. Well, college. Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current crew. A brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me, and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry procedures due to some problems with the local norms. We don't have real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared. I'm right behind. I will remain on guard here. We heading out? I'll just be here then. Newest members are housed here in the hall and tenement. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. Our most esteemed wizards. Likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster is inevitable.
But we've only just arrived here. You've no idea what any of us are capable of. Why not give us a chance to show you what we can do?
You've been quiet so far. What do you think we should do? Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
Oh, don't listen to him. We can do it. Just give us a chance.
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all with wards? That's what this lesson is for. Perfect time to try it out. Now, if you just stand right over there, I'll cast a spell, and you block it with the ward. Here we go. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching you, all of you, very closely. Your superior and I were simply having a discussion about my level of access to the college. Well, perhaps that is why you're merely an apprentice here. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. I shall be quite capable of observing everything that goes on here. I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting. Now that stability has been established between the Dominion and the Empire, we seek only to help Skyrim, to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future.
It's lies, all of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies. Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know what she's been up to. My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard. by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh, no. I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
Don't trust that one. He's up to something. Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
Did you say an elf and stars? I hope you don't know what you're asking. There was an unfortunate incident a few years ago. An elven mage named Nelikar was exiled from the college over it. He's still in town, getting by, applying spells to the people inside the frozen hearth. Disgraceful. All right, then. I think the college is due for a change in
Don't try. Most. I haven't been... He is rather handsome, though.
But she's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
I don't want to... You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes, to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact. Please make sure your hands are clean before touching anything, all right? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful. Fight well.
All right.
There you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
can count on you if I ever need...
Don't try. No, I haven't figured... He is rather...
She's... But she is not. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself.
This is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing the ward, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Southall nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
As you command. If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself. Until next.
services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Scotland. The local Nords may not like us. I need some more supplies. Can you help out with that? I'm running low on... If you can bring me 3 more, that would be helpful. You already know all that I know. So you do. Thank you. This will help quite a bit. There's nothing more I can teach you. There's more enchanting to be done. You can acquire whatever it is. All right, be quick about it, will you? This is a good way for the college to bring in. Here's the name and location of the client. I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. If you can't, perhaps Urag has a book you can read. No, I have enough to keep me busy. View it as a chance to hone your craft.
Hundreds of years have gone. It looks like you're still in one piece. More importantly, so is the book. Thank you. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what... an Elder Scroll is to read an Elder. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but it's a reflection of all. Each reader sees different reflection, but at the same time, all of it is true. Even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even... The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. Of course. I'll bring everything we have on them, so don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. There are more books to be recovered and secured in the Arcanium. All right. I wrote down the last place I'd heard about. Don't get killed. Until next time.
I think the college is due for a change. She's threatened, but she's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work.
you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not, even with the college's laid-back attitude, purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds. All right, let's not overdo it. Meet me in my quarters. There are some experiments the college frowns on, if they're aware of them, of course. I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look then. All right, then.
found it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent. Oh my, that's quite a... Never underestimate the ability to influence others. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment's notice. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms. There may be a matter in the various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted. Go to each focal point and remove whatever. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences.
require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know. If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town. The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. places where one... I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. He didn't like the archer. Hated having to answer to him. Valiant said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Oren found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. All right, then.
I think the college is due for a change.
You know, illusion really is the least appreciated of the schools of magic. Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance. Good day. Divine smile on you, friend. Farewell.
Metaphorically speaking. Please, if there are any problems, let me know. Well, that Beralda can teach distraction spell. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of Skyrim. Don't let Tolfdir fool you. He's the preeminent scholar on alteration. If you can find him and focus his attention. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic.
If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself. Till next time.
You are no, yes. Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet? You have? Well, Cesargo is surprised. And pleased. There is a real competition here. This is good. Oh yes, Cesargo hopes to find things that, hopefully small things that fit inside pockets and will not be noticed if they are missing. Mages and Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Cesargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Cesargo to become great. Oh, the only reason you could disagree is because you are losing so badly you cannot see it. There is much for Cesargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Cesargo will be successful. Of this there is no doubt. Until next time.
New here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord, but I should have known better. Magic is shunned by most. If it can't be swung over your head and used to crack skulls, most Nords want nothing to do with it. Magic is seen as something for elves and weaker races. No offense, of course. I know he's from the Thalmor, and that he claims to be here simply as an advisor. I also know that no one really believes that. I've been trying to avoid him, honestly. Not at all. I consider it a blessing. My family was convinced coming here was a death sentence, or worse. It took years of insisting that this is what I'm meant to do. Well, look at the evidence. Nords generally don't trust magic, so it's not off to a good start. Throw in the Oblivion Crisis, which was caused by magic users, and the troubles now with the Aldmeri Dominion, who are elves and magic users. And finally, take the fact that the college is the only thing left standing after most of Winterhold was destroyed. It's all fairly damning. Until next time.
What you learn? You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear? Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shared by commoners or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era, Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. The eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. Looks like you're still in one piece. And more importantly, so is the book. Thank you. Fight well.
If you're working on any experiments, please clean up after yourself.
I have many important things
All
on
right,
my
then.
mind. So not
places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful.
Divine smile on you, friend. I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard. I can't wait to see who succeeds Mirabelle. I've no doubt she'll be promoted to Archmage at some point. Certainly. Just concentration. You'll also need focusing solely on flame spells. I can teach you, but I won't be held responsible for what you do with the knowledge.
Consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you? Good. Good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in. Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it. I'll gladly share my knowledge with you. Until next time. Valid school of magic. Let anyone tell you otherwise.
You're not as dumb as you look.